Welcome back to Go Again Gaming and welcome back to the League That Means Nothing 3, Round 4. Today, as your usual host, the voice of the league, Ian Holland, is bringing you a battle between lesser known Guardian, lesser used Guardian Betsy. It's not the most famous Guardian in the format at the minute, with Victor and Jarl running around, and Bravo is also there. But taking on a wizard who's risen in popularity over the weekend in Verdance, piloted by noted hyperactive small judge Esser. Verdance obviously making the finals of Battle Hardened Barcelona in the hands of Arthur Trehay and winning Battle Hardened Portland in the hands of community darling Majin Bay. Generally speaking, I would consider this to be a wizard favoured matchup, but I would have said that about the finals of Battle Hardened Barcelona, and we all know how that turned out 2 hours later. But, we shall see, and there's only one way to find out, and that's by playing the game. And even though it means nothing, I'm sure both players are going to try their hardest. I will throw over to the gameplay.
Another awesome sponsor here on The League That Means Nothing for Season 3 is My Metal Cards, who make some fantastic metal card tokens to spice up your battlefield when playing Flesh and Blood. Go and check them out at mymetalcards.etsy.com or Twitter at my_metal_cards. And make sure you use the League That Means Nothing special discount by using Let's Play The League That Means Nothing. Let's Play TLTMN to get 5% off your order and receive one of these special new tokens exclusive to this league and this league only. Go and check them out when you can. That's My Metal Cards. Let's get on with the tournament.
Okay, it looks like we have Aaron on Betsy going first, and he is making a Seismic Surge, pitching a Sink Below, and then pitching heavily into a Drink 'em Under the Table. So when this attacks, you may wager with them. The winner draws a card and the other discards a card. So we can give this +1 and overpower for Betsy's hero text. No real downside for Aaron if he loses because it's turn 1 going first. But we are indeed going to overpower it. So this gets +1 and overpower from Betsy. So coming in for 9 with those absolutely deranged dice representing the power. Esser immediately jamming Barkskin of the Millennium Tree in Frontier, blocking 5. Will we be taking 4? Do we have the Sink Below? We do not have the Sink Below, so we are taking 5. 4 total, discarding Pulsing Ether Life, Aaron drawing, which will allow them to have an arsenal. Esther with that gorgeous marvel. I wonder, did they pick that one up in Prague, where I saw them running around like a lunatic, the way they always do, a little bit hyperactive. Even when you catch them standing still, they're never really standing still. And Aaron not really looking like a great hand for Esther here, with cards that, generally speaking, you would want later on in the game. Pitching a Rampant Growth Life, playing the Heartbeat of Candlehold to gain. Ooh, are we? Thinking. Big think. Yes, so gaining 3 life with heartbeat, or rather gaining 1 3 times, moving to end, taking the intellect penalty, not really pressuring Betsy, but getting the rampant growth into the pitch stack for later. Betsy re-triggering Seismic Surge by pitching a Command and Conquer this time. Odd feels like that would be the one to go for the attack. Betsy rocking Arcane Barrier 3, the Good Time Chapeau, and Tectonic Plating. Now we're pitching 2 more blues. What are we sending in this time? Looks like we're sending a Command and Conquer. Shouldn't be able to overpitch. Oh, maybe we've pitched a red and a blue here. I can't quite tell from the camera. Shouldn't be able to overpitch anyway, but we have a Command and Conquer coming in here for 6. That could be why we got rid of the first one. A second one up for later. So we have Esser blocking 6 here with a Ripple Away and what looks like an Ether Spindle, 6 full blocked. We represented Pummel. There was, in fact, no Pummel. Guardian 2 floating. Have we got the tricks? We do not. Teaching Season tomorrow for Sergeant Aethertide full 1. This will add damage to the next arcane, but it is prevented. And then just a Heartbeat of Candlehold, gain 3 more life. And all of a sudden, after taking damage on turn 1, Esser is now above. And Aaron once again creating a Seismic Surge. These Seismic Surges, we haven't really seen a whole lot of use for them as of yet, but maybe in the future in the Guardian Mastery set. Instead, we're just going to send in a Spinal Crush, coming in for 9. Famously, Crush effect, action, activated abilities, action cards, attack actions all lose go again during their next action phase. Not that Verdance particularly cares, depending on what they have in hand, but Surgeon Tide would then be kind of turned off. That's about it. I start thinking about blocks here. Doesn't seem to have quite the game plan yet on how to block this one out best. Once again, we have card in hand, card in arsenal. We know the arsenal is not a pummel, but we are going to block. Looks like 7 here and get our first decompose of the game, removing 2 heartbeats and a ripple away. So we're covering 7, 2 damage dealt, back to our starting life total. In comes Ether Tide for 1. Prevented with this choke slam. And followed up with Pulsing Ether Life, casting both sides. 1 life gain was missed here, but 4 arcane is sent, and 3 of that 4 is prevented, 1 damage taken. I don't know if that was the most efficient way to do that, but Aaron probably, as a guardian, could not use their entire hand. We have a surge. Creating a new surge and then sending in a buckling blow, threatening to put a -1 counter on a equipment. With a crush, but obviously 1 card block on this will prevent the crush. It may have been worth just sending the buckling blow and pocketing the CNC for later. There's such a powerful card. Any sort of disruption is really good here, especially knowing that Esser will be happy to use things like Rootbound Carapace in order to activate Verdance. Yeah, so we're up to 4 cards in Banish there for Verdance, so we're halfway to activating our hero text, and 2 more is covered by this mental block, creating a Ponder for Esser. And a beautiful Verdance Ponder for Esser it is. Maybe a case that Aaron is valuing the ability to um, pitch slightly more to prevent damage, in lieu of setting up arsenals, and is using seismic surges to kind of offset that. But we are going to see another Ether Tide for 1. Pitching a pummel. Now that surprises me. I would think those are very important to kind of get set up in the game going forward, because that is, you have to force damage, because otherwise Verdance is going to happily sit back, decompose, and then once their life gain is on line, there's not really a lot you can do about it. Lesser simply choosing to Arsenal here and drop. Taking the IP1, not utilizing the hand fully. Right, pitching a test of strength. Very surprised to see those in the deck. Uh, Not just because you run so many non damage cards, but we're making a surge and we're sending in our Titan's Fist for 4. Tiny Hammer comes in for 4. Esser, sink below. Nice and easy. Clean. Bottoming a card. Hoping to find something a little bit better, maybe. Now, 4 card Verdance. Surgeon Ether Tide for 1. It's going to be for 1 a lot until it's not. When it's, generally speaking, you'll see Surgeon Ether Tide for quite a bit later on in the game. Or if there's something like a Mind Warp drawn, you might see some amping being done. And we have a wage gold being pitched to prevent no bonus damage coming in from this Ether Tide, checking the graveyard, possibly hinting at something. But we are going to send in Pulsing Ether Life for 1 life gain, and 4 are 2 for 5. Are we? Yeah, we are. Yeah. Using our dice to prop it up so that the glare is not caught on camera. 1 life gained. Is the life gain missed again? But we are just taking the 4. And then Arsenal. Looks like another, because otherwise there was no need to pitch for that. Eh. I'm sure Verdance will find plenty of time to gain some life, but we're going to move to our turn as Aaron and send in this wage gold for 7, costing less because of the seismic surge, as it is universal. If it's in any zone, it's the same class as your hero. And we are wagering a gold. Betsy has to bet. That's just how it is. It's nominative determinism at its finest. And here we have Esser with 7 block. Fate foreseen. Don't forget to resolve your opt. Got to remember your triggers. So that is a full block. Esser gets gold. I'm sure Verdance will find some use for all that money. And Esser pitching a rampant growth and a sigil of solace to felling of the crown. Decomposing. We're up to 6. More importantly, felling is now coming in for 8. And regardless of whether Aaron blocks or not, they're putting a card on the bottom of the deck. Also, very important to pitch rampant growth and sigils to make sure that your amp combos at the end of the game are pretty good. So I'm pretty sure there's another blue and a Fruits of the Forest with that. But this is coming in here for 8. We might see some armor committed from Aaron, because it's not like you get many opportunities for this, and we have gotten 0 opportunities in this game so far, really, to give up armor. We've seen a lot of Command and Conquers blocked with, so there's not really a reason to hold it. Yeah, so we see 4 block going. And 4 damage being taken, so keeping the entire hand here. Obviously, aside from the one that was forced to the bottom. So pitching Drink 'em Under the Table for a money where your mouth is in blue. So +1, and when you may wager a gold. Not the most impactful pump, but it is what it is. And then pitching 3 in here for Titan's Fist. So Titan's Fist is going to come in for 5. So 5 coming in here. And 5 is blocked. Card plus Rootbound Carapace. Getting a not using our last decompose, not going to turn on Verdance's hero text just yet. Instead, saving it for this felling of the crown that was left in hand. Earth action, and bang, in we go. We're now fully online and felling coming in here for 8. So felling coming in for 8, forcing a card from Aaron's hand straight to the bottom of the deck before blocks are committed again. So card to the bottom. Are we covering 8? Esther, obviously no cards in hand because felling is, in fact, a symmetrical effect. So that is a test of strength. So test of strength plus tech plating committed, blocking 5 on 8. Esser so restless, ready to clash. Lose. It's a draw. Tear asunder, baby. That's why test of strength is either great or absolutely arse. Doesn't do a whole lot sometimes. Pitching a Drinkum under the table here to make a seismic surge. Pitching a blue. Titan's Fist Gaming. Hammer for 4. Say the line. Hammer for 4. Super fun. Betsy kind of just clinging on here. You have to know what's in that arsenal. But it is met by a swell tidings and the rest prevented by this mental block, creating another ponder. Is that Bolton? I don't know. Anyone know what's going on in the art of mental block? Please let me know in the comments because it's very confusing. Esser breaking out that gorgeous ponder again. And Aaron drawing up. Esser plays out the old H-pot. Good old healing potion. Another part of this combo. And then just draws up. Draws from the ponder. Card to arsenal. Draw up. Getting set up nicely for the combo finish. That's the great thing about those healing potions. That's all they're for big amp combo. Healing potion, guaranteed to heal everything except a broken heart. Damn it. Maybe someday. Going to re-up the surge with a wage gold. We have a surge floating right now, so we have a 1 cost reduction on our next guardian attack action. And then pitching for a Tear Asunder. We do not have a guardian attack action yet. So is it going to be the hammer or is it going to be something else? Because we do not get the reduction on Tear Asunder, but we do get it on this Concuss. So Concuss is coming in for 7 Dominate. On hit, discard 2 cards from Tear Asunder, and Concuss's effect, because its power is greater than its base, will force Esser to discard a card on hit. So potentially looking at stripping 3 cards. Could be taking the whole lot here from Esser, who is checking the graveyard 2 earth cards. So we know that there is the opportunity, potentially, for some decomposing. Yeah, we have a rootbound carapace here. From hand. Earth, earth, action. And the number no longer really matters. Gain 3 from this sigil up to 43. And then looks like taking the rest and losing the rest of the hand. Deck for someone who has just recently gotten into CC, playing something very, very shiny. Functionally preventing all the damage and losing the 2 cards in the process. All right, Aaron draws 4, passes back. Esser, I imagine, is just on the draw go. Not like they have many options with card in arsenal, no other cards. Let's see what Aaron is able to do here with full tempo now. Are we going to finally make a dent and get Esser back below 40? She can sink below to make a surge. Um, or pitching a sink below to play a money where your mouth is, allowing the surge to pop. So we have a reduction floating around here somewhere. We have multiple cards in hand, pitching a Terror Asunder for this blue wage gold coming in for 8. And wagering and paying the overpower on Betsy. Wagering a gold. Let's see if we can win a wager this time because currently it turns out the Verdance is the better gambler right now. And it does look like Esser has the full block here, achieving a second gold, covering all the damage. And this is why overpower is not dominate. Strikingly familiar, but in fact, not the same thing. Three gold for Esser now. Who may at some point just cash them in because it does not cost a whole lot. Pitching the Autumn Such here, cracking a gold, 1 resource floating. Let's go digging, see if we can find something a little bit better to do with our hand. Esther has just elected to crack this gold and pass. I wonder what they have drawn. I wonder what's in Arsenal. It's been there for a hot minute. And Aaron, 4 cards, pitching 3 cards to soul, paying 3 resources to attack with Titan's Fist for 4. Ooh. And Esser using a sink below. I believe the last sink below in their deck, but not the most efficient Guardian turn I think I've ever seen. And if we do indeed go deep into second cycle, that hand of 4 reds is going to bite Aaron very firmly in the arse. Esser with the Command and Conquer here, coming in for 6. Six is full blocked. I must say, love Esser, the use of the little marker to make sure that we can see the cards despite the glare. Very, very helpful. And pitching, over pitching into the hammer for 4. Titan's Fist is thrill a minute gameplay. That is a fact. And Rootbound Carpus coming out, decomposing. Why not? Thinking about what to decompose. Yeah. Oh my god, we've done it. We're back below 40. Oh my god, Aaron. Truly a startling victory here. Going to, I believe, Esser with a healing potion. And threatening a Verdance trigger. Aaron taking the trigger. And never mind. All that hard work for 1 damage, very, very easily undone. All right, we're going to pitch this Thunderquake here, creating a seismic surge with our tectonic plating. And in comes Guardian Classic, Spinal Crush. Just coming in for 9. Can't imagine this doesn't get blocked in some fashion. Yeah, we're blocking 3 with a Plow Under, a Fate Foreseen. So that is a 7 block, ensuring that we stay at that all critical 40 or above life total, opting a card straight to the bottom, and taking 2 back to 40. Pitching Seasons Tomorrow. In comes Felling of the Crown. We're going to decompose this Felling, stripping a card from Aaron. Earth action. Very quickly done there by Esser, who's checking to make sure there's nothing else they would rather get rid of. But 8 coming in, stripping a card from Aaron's hand with its on play effect. blocking 5, taking 3. And pitching for good old Titan's Fist, coming in for 4. Woo! And in comes a Sergeant Ethertide. Yep. Pitch, pummel, prevent, Sergeant. Just in the tank here, trying to figure out exactly how to do it. Oh, yeah, just played the third healing potion. So moving into what feels like turn 50. Esser still at 40, 3 healing potions in play. Aaron down to 24. Um, I feel like this is vaguely in Esser's favor. They have more than enough Earth cards in the banish zone to make sure that Verdance's abilities are nice and active. And in comes a seismic surge plus wage gold wagering coming in for 7. Do we have the overpower to go with it? Or are we just sending a raw 7? It looks like we are indeed just sending 7, donating more gold to the coffers of the candlehold. Not coppers. They don't have coppers. They have 2 gold right now. Blocking a destructive ether tide. And is Esser going to do them dirty here? Going to 35. Thinking it looks like, yes, a ripple away. Oh no. This action does, in fact, not create a gold. Ah, Betsy cannot catch a break here. Looks like Esser holding a Command and Conquer. Yeah, Command and Conquer, pitching Destructive Ether Tide, coming in here for 6, threatening the Arsenal, threatening 6 damage. We are probably getting deep into second cycle now and getting around to finding those rampant growths. By the time we find 1 or 2, it should be very close to lights out for Aaron. So 6 blocked on this Command and Conquer. This feels all too familiar to me for anyone who's seen a Battle Hard in Barcelona. Just, yeah. And we're going to make a seismic surge, send in the hammer for 4. Looks like we have found more sink belows to pitch. And that is being met with a mental block. Are we? Yeah. Mental block here, creating this ponder, taking 2 damage, preventing 2. Pitching Caesar tomorrow for Sergeant. One arcane. Esser finally at a almost almost at 33. Problem is, I know how this combo works. There's a good chance that they finish the game above 40 life again. Pitching this wage gold, floating some resources, preventing the Surgent, and then pitching for swell tidings coming in for a nice 5 ball of arcane. Esser, get rid of your ponder. Tech plating into hammer. Tell me if you've seen this one before. Make a seismic surge, send a hammer. Make a seismic surge, send a hammer. Please just fall down. I've hammered. I've showed you my hammer. Please respond. Professor, oh my god, we're below 30. That's not good. If you are Betsy, that's bad. Because that means Esser has something better to do than block. And it does indeed seem that way. So, gain 2 life, deal an arcane, prevent an arcane. 31. Do it again twice. So we have 6 life gain. Lovely pen, Esser. I love it. Uh, we're up to 35 here. 6 life gain this turn. So rampant growths are going to start amping some serious amount of damage here. So we have our first rampant growth. Are we holding priority on the rampant growth and letting life resolve? So up to 36, 7 life gained. So we are letting the rampant growth life resolve. So we have 7 amp. Now we have 8 amp. Obviously, so the for those unaware, because you resolve the cards sequentially, you can hold priority on the rampant growth, crack the plume of evergrowth to buy back the rampant growth, and then rampant growth life, and then you would amp 9 twice, which is, a little better than 7, 8, 9. But I think when your opponent's at 22, it doesn't really make a difference. So Verdance up to 38. All we need to do now is, amp again for hold focus, amping 1. So that is currently 25 amp. And now Surgent plus any spell. Well, Surgent on its own should be lethal because this is 26 arcane. I do believe, if I have done my maths correctly, Aaron is incredibly dead. very dead, overkilled, and Esser going to Ether Arc just for fun with your opponent dead. Why not? I still got all D's. Yeah. So that's game, baby. Game shot, Esser Unger. Well done. Punching your ticket into 3-1 and ready to take on round 5 and come for a top 8 spot. Pretty great to see from someone who has picked up their first proper CC deck. And Aaron, always a mainstay in the league. That means absolutely nothing. Always piloting a Guardian. There's a wizard matchup, baby. There's what else are you supposed to do? So there we have it. Esser moves on. Aaron into the 2-2 bracket. Hopefully they continue to play it out because it means nothing. It's all about the love of the game. If you like the video, if you have any strong feelings on either of these heroes, please like the video. Make sure you comment down below. Tell us what you think of the gameplay. Make sure you subscribe so that we can see all of the love and support that you are giving the League That Means Nothing, and so that you can see all the League That Means Nothing videos in your YouTube notifications. I have been your voice of the league, Ian Holland. Find us _spirit on Twitter or find us spirit.bsky.social on Blue Sky. And I'll just see you in the next one.